Good day everyone, welcome back to the channel, and as promised with the previous video, I am here to show the progress on the Russian KV1 and what I'm doing with the link and link tracks. So basically you're thinking, how does one do link and link tracks on this kind of kit? So link and link tracks are basically these kinds, one whole piece for the bottom and the top piece with the natural sag already molded. As you can see here, there are already the parts curving. I already did this off camera and it's already dry, and I could just basically, let's turn this around. I could basically fit this in to the suspension right here. This goes around the drive sprocket and the idler wheel, and yeah, that basically sits right in there. So that's basically how link and link tracks are. They're plastic tracks that don't require a lot of time putting them together, unlike other kits wherein they're really individual tracks. They basically have you do most of the parts connecting in and around the idler and the drive sprocket. So today's video would basically be me finishing up this bottom part for this one, because as you can see on this other side, I've already completed the upper part as well as the lower part. So I'll just show you how it fits in. Basically I can just connect that there. That's one. Oops. I connect that there and also connect this here, and I have the entire track good to go. So you might be wondering, why didn't I already glue it in? So that when painting and weathering this, I can just easily pop these off, remove the entire track set, and voila. I can paint that and weather it as I please, and also weather this individually. So it's basically for ease of assembly and weathering. So we have that track. Now let's do this one. So first off, I'd like to mention that in Trumpeter's KV link and link track set, you would have these ejection pin marks. You can see those raised circles right there, and there's even a flash right there. It's relatively easy to clean off. Just take, say, your sanding stick and give it a good brush. Careful not to brush too hard, as you don't want to erase the track details right here. So just give it a good brush to eliminate most of the raised surface detail, or basically the raised pin mark, sorry. Good brush again. And as you can see, most of it has been sanded off already. You can just go back a few more times to make sure, and basically once you're satisfied that they're not that noticeable anymore, you can go on and also weather this, since it would be covered as well. So just give it this part another weathering. Weather the side, since it was connected to the sprue, some of these would have the knob marks. So just give it another sand. There you have it. So that's basically how you do those link and link tracks. But the video doesn't end here. We're going to complete this. So here you might be wondering, what's this for? As you can see, let's use this as an example. Let's prop this up with this one. The tracks go around the idler. Let's zoom that in. The tracks go around the idler and the sprockets. This part right here is what connects to this one. It's that angled race here and here, connecting the upper and the lower parts of the tracks. So now we're just gonna sand this down again. Do take note that most of the link and link tracks do have the ejection pin marks. So do make sure to erase those or to sand those down. Alright, that's one down. And let's do this segment. As you can see here, there's a small knob mark there from where I cut it out from the sprue. I'll just sand that down. Yes. Alright. That side's done. Let's do this part. And there we have it. So next up we have the individual parts, the individual links. Where's the other one? Here we go. So the individual links are what make up this curve right here, or these curves right here. And also these parts right here. So like previously stated, just give it a little sand. Alright, one last, and there we have it, sanded down. Okay, so what I did with this part here was with the upper track, set, make sure I'm facing it right. With the upper track set, I already connected these. Let's zoom this in right here. As you can see, just squeeze that in there, make sure it sits, and there you have it. And that's not just done. You would have to apply some cement to that so that it sits there perfectly and doesn't get detached when, say, you're attaching the lower piece already. So basically I did this to this track set here. I attached, oops, that one fell, hold on. I already attached these angled parts to the track and just left out the lower piece to individual assembly. So let's see how it goes, and it's almost the same already. So let's check with the other side. Oops, that's what I was saying. When you are going to mount those angled pieces, make sure that they are cemented in. And do not worry about those return rollers falling off. I assembled them not cemented in, just so I could easily check and weather the area. Does that sit flush? No, it does not. Oh wait, I mounted it the wrong way. This is gonna take a little while, hold on. There we go. Alright, so we're back in business. So as I mentioned earlier, just attach this in. There we go. Sorry for the little fail right there, but that's basically how you pop together these link and link tracks. And yes, don't worry if they keep falling off, as you would want to keep the tracks off before you paint them, as it would be easier to weather around the area, as well as the road wheels, sprockets, and idler. Of course, don't forget to cover your cement so it doesn't dry out. So there you have it. That's how I do these link and link tracks. It's not the most, or probably this would be the in some way recommended way of going about it. Just put put them together by segments. Let's try to crop that. Let's use the third instead. So just put them together in segments, just like what I did here. As you can see, just put them together in segments so that during assembly or during painting and weathering, you can pop off the tracks and weather around the entire area of the site. As you can remember, or some photos show that the KBs did have a lot of mud caked around the suspension area and as well as on the running gear. So you could pop off the tracks and weather them individually as well as this. And once you're satisfied, just pop them back together and secure them with your cement. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a little longer than most of my videos, but this was a somewhat tutorial on how to do link and link tracks. So yeah, leave a thumbs up if you liked it, but if you didn't, leave a thumbs down. And do mention in the comments what you think about link and link tracks, if you have experience with it, or how you do it yourself, or if it's something that you would want for your kits. I do know there are a lot of aftermarket kits or parts wherein individual track links just need some kind of pin to put together in between, say something around here, just like two track links, and then put a pin in the middle and you'd have a working track set. I do know there are aftermarket parts like that. Special mention to Fruil Model. They are the ones that are often mentioned in the modeling world. So do check those out if you do fancy those kind of aftermarket parts. But yeah, talking about link and link tracks, this is how you ideally would do it. And I do know Tamiya also has link and link tracks. Their M551 Sheridan kit did use link and link tracks as well. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below if you have kits that have link and link tracks as well, and if you would do them. So thanks again for watching, and thanks for sticking around with me in this video. I hope you liked it, and I'd see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.